Well, hello fans and welcome here to this beautiful game as the road to the B.A.L continues one more time. The qualifiers are set to get back in what is going to be an exciting matchup between Urunani and Beau Vallon Heat Basketball Club. This is the Africa Champions Club road to the B.A.L, and it again kicks back underway. Well, of course, if you are new to this competition, indeed it is a system of competing teams that will take part in the qualifying tournament for the Basketball Africa League. Indeed, it is known as the Road to the B.A.L 2025. The group stages have already commenced, taking place between the 10th of October to the 1st of November. Well, of course, we have registered teams divided into 5 groups, a maximum of 5, as little as 3, divided into the Western Division of groups A, B, and C, and the Eastern Divisions of groups D and E. Well, after this group stage, of course, the top teams will then compete in the Elite 16. Now, the Elite 16, of course, will take place between the 5th to the 17th of November 2024, next month. Of course, the Elite 16 will be split into 2 groups of F and G with 8 teams each, and the top 2 qualifying teams will then go on to qualify for the final phase of the Basketball Africa League. That's right, these teams will join the automatically qualified teams coming from Nigeria, Tunisia, Angola, Senegal, Egypt, South Africa, Morocco, and Rwanda. Well, if you are joining us live on YouTube, please let us know where in the world you're watching this game. Which team are you supporting? So we can give you a shout out. Please support and represent your favorite teams, Urunani or Beau Vallon Heat Basketball Club. Well, we'd like to give some shout outs early on to Royal Prince, Rich, Urbane Elvis, Khalid Randoms, and Teo. Red 42, DJ also watching as well as Tony and Jean de Dieu. Welcome everyone, bienvenue, as we're going to get this game underway in just under 2 minutes. As mentioned, this is the Africa Champions Club's road to the B.A.L. Well, of course, when we look at some of the top players from this team, we'll start with Urunani. And some of the exciting talent they got is the likes of Jean-Jacques Boissy, a man, of course, who's been a legendary player within the Basketball Africa League, playing for teams such as AS Douanes, not to mention Aroa Vitre, who is now joining Urunani for this qualifying season, trying to get this team to the B.A.L. Well, another Senegalese superstar that Urunani has is the likes of Mohamed Doumbaya. Well, he is simply a tough player to deal with. Very young prospect, but also they have the likes of import player Chris Crawford coming from Memphis, Tennessee, who did in fact play his university basketball at the University of Memphis, just like the great Penny Hardaway. And he started his pro career in the NBA G League with the Canton Charge. Well, another player you want to look out for, the likes of South African superstar Nathan Sibayoni. Again, a very elite talent. He's played for teams such as the Cape Town Tigers. Played for them in the Basketball Africa League qualifiers. In 5-game average, 9.6 points per game. But of course, he wants to try and get to the promised land of African hoops. Get to the Basketball Africa League. Well, we are going to take a look at the lineups for Beau Vallon Heat Basketball Club, coming from beautiful Seychelles. This must be a lovely place to play your professional basketball, no doubt about it. And now we're here in beautiful Tanzania. These teams will be trying to compete to get to the 2025 Basketball Africa League. Well, Beau Vallon Heat Basketball Club, I mean, when you look at this team, for sure they're going to have to use their size and physicality. I mean, you got the likes of Gerald Bristol, the import American, not to mention Timmy Adam and Laurent Ballet. Well, definitely Damian Changtime is going to have a big game here tonight, along with, it's a heavy backcourt team. You got the likes of Solomon Allow as well, The one thing they're going to have to try to use is Unedi Olise to try and get him inside the paint along with Junior Duval. And this team must play with pride here tonight. Again, it will be a very crucial game for them, to say the least. Well, of course, they were in action yesterday as they took on Nairobi City Thunder. Yes, I do feel that there aren't many fans from other teams checking into this game. Well, we'd also like to give some more shout-outs. Of course, if you are a big fan of African basketball and you follow the B.A.L. and you also follow the FIBA Afrobasket, which in my mind is one of the most historic international competitions in the history of basketball, make sure you follow two very important people on social media. Well, make sure you follow Cairo Obibi and also follow Ayo Biyibi as well. Well, both of them strong advocates, great humans, have done excellent work for African basketball. Great content as well. So remember, a big shout out to those two, and make sure you follow them, Cairo Obibi and Ayo Biyibi. Again, when we look at this game, of course, you have one of the best teams coming from Burundi, and of course being Urunani. Now, if you know anything about this team, it's a very historic team. Urunani BBC, of course, was founded back in 1979, and the translation of Urunani literally means being together, a strong and indestructible network. This team does play their home basketball in the beautiful city of Bujumbura, which is the largest city and main port of Burundi. Of course, a Beau Vallon Heat, we talked about coming from the beautiful, well, probably one of the most beautiful places on the planet, Beau Vallon in the Seychelles. Of course, three-time champions of the Seychelles Basketball League, winning in 2016, 18, and 2022. The thing with Beau Vallon Basketball Club Heat, excuse me, is they actually came into the B.A.L. qualifiers back in 2020. Well, quite unsuccessful in that hope to qualify for the B.A.L., but now indeed, it is a new challenge for them. As we mentioned with Urunani Basketball Club, they have many times featured in some of the strong competitions. Well, they have indeed been in. Now we get this one underway. It will be the Heat who get the first possession. Trying to establish a bit of authority here early on. And maintaining the pressure is going to be key here tonight. We love the battle for the rebounds. This one goes out of bounds. It's going to remain possession to Beau Vallon Heat. Well, the next step for these two teams is to try and really push through the the qualification regular season, and try to get into the Elite 16. You know, once you get into the Elite 16, you got to be in two groups of 8. And if you qualify and make the top 2 positions, you're going to the 2025 Basketball Africa League regular season. And just gets a shot off in time. Maybe felt it could have been a 24-second violation. First 2 points of the game do indeed go to Beau Vallon Heat. Now a 3 coming from downtown. Well, Urunani making the most from the perimeter. That's a tough one, of course, because you don't want to allow too much time and space to go for those 3-pointers. But Crawford was left wide open. And now the Heat responded. Both teams exchanging 3-point field goals. And you like the tempo of this game very early on. is going to be the underlying factor between these two teams. Creating those high percentage looks, getting things going from downtown. Burundi go for another three. Rebound has been secured by Chris Bochero. Now going inside the paint. Well, let's say couldn't make things happen. And now Bochero tries in the mid-range. That's not a bad look, but he's unable to finish. Well, Burundi left wide open, go for another three. Sometimes just forcing the issue a little too much as Damien Changtime getting the rebound for Beau Vallon Heat. There's a penetration, goes in. No help side defense. Well, that's not acceptable defense coming from Burundi, but a beautiful penetration. The Beau Vallon Heat, very young basketball team. Only created as of 2019, I believe, where Burundi, well, they go back almost 5 decades. Well, it's going to have to be the key thing to find out with these two teams for sure. Well, basketball fans, we do like to apologize. We're just facing a few technical difficulties at the moment, but we will receive the feed back momentarily. And again, if you are watching live, please make sure, even though we have lost the feed, please follow FIBA Africa on all social media platforms of X, Instagram, and Facebook. And also subscribe to FIBA on YouTube. And make sure you also follow the B.A.L too. We now have the feedback. Thank you for your patience. Changtime getting a handoff. Well, what can the Heat build here? Need to try and get something from this possession. Crawford makes a pass. Well, Burundi had 2 wide open threes. They didn't go for it. Now they go for it. He's made 1, and that's going to roll out. Well, the rejection time. Well, you like the defensive presence of the big man. Well, that was a nice block by Urunani. Olise just said, not in my house. Pas chez moi. Ma maison. C'est un grand basketteur. Bochero now trying to make something happen. Looking to go to that ball screen. Throws this down low to Olise. Big man goes up. He gets rejected. And one more time. Pas chez moi. Ma maison. This is my house, the two bigs say to each other. Well, they're trying to make things very difficult inside the paint. They don't want to give anything away at the moment. Well, the Heat go for another three in the corner. It's up. It's a good look, but he's unable to finish. And now Burundi not looking to push this one. Well, to all of our fans watching from Burundi, welcome everybody, and also to our fans in the Seychelles. Bonjour, bienvenue, je ne parle pas français très bien. Je dois commenter dans l'anglais. Merci beaucoup. Now Burundi, Urunani, excuse me, is Changtime getting the rebounds. The Heat look to push. Goes in with a little Euro step, a good defense by Crawford, but he steps out of bounds. It's going to remain possession to Beau Vallon Heat. Well, another penetration down the middle and a nice little hook shot. Well, that looked like Magic Johnson, and that time it was Solomon Alao. Those are the little things you need to do. Just try to attack the gaps and find an opening. Just so you can somehow come up with something. It's not a bad look at all. And now Urunani unable to make something. Another turnover. Here comes Beau Vallon, but they turn it right back over. There's the alley-oop, and wow, doesn't connect with it. And that was put That was practically gift-wrapped. Oh, gift-wrapped, excuse me. Well, again, the big man's got to finish that one. Of course, originally from South Africa, he's a hell of a talent, I got to tell you that. And that indeed is Nathan Sibanyoni. As already mentioned, featured in the Basketball Africa League qualifiers in 2023 with the Cape Town Tigers, and also played in the B.A.L 2024 regular season, averaging 9 points per game. But I got to tell you, he's a hell of a player, but he knows he's got to connect with that alley-oop. Well, a timeout has been called. So a timeout has been called between these two teams. They will talk it over. We will be back in just under 1 minute. Well, we are about to resume playing again. If you are fanatical and you are passionate about Basketball Africa League and all African hoops, make sure you follow these social media pages on X: African Basketball News, Africa Basket, X Bull Africa, African _Bull Life, and Afro Bowlers. Well, we'll try to put those, but now goes transition, goes up, and he gets fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Urunani. Well, that's a much better transition by Urunani, forcing the turnover. Goes Tanzania Basketball trying to make strides, and also if you want to follow them, follow their social media page for Tanzania Basketball. It's at basketball255TZ. Again, we will put these all in. I will put these in the live chat during the game, but at the moment, 2 free throws coming up here for Urunani. Well, Mohamed Doumbia making the second free throw. Again, the Senegalese youngster with a lot of promise, a lot of potential. Tie ball game at the moment. Close out in the corner, no good. Well, they're going to call another foul here. Well, both teams at the moment picking up too many unnecessary fouls. So, it's an offensive foul. A push in the back, so interesting. Well, they tried to contest the rebound, but at that point you can't be putting too much pressure behind the person who is boxing you out. Well, a big shout out to Ogunkaro Obibi, who has done phenomenal work in helping initiate and further progress the game of basketball all over Africa. So again, you can follow Karo Bibi on Twitter, or on X, excuse me, my apologies. And also make sure you follow Ayomide Biyibi as well. A very promising journalist that focuses on all international basketball, but is one expert on all basketball African hoops related. Now again, fans, watching this game live, we do have 2 free throws coming up here for Urunani. A little bit of trivia. Put this in the comment bank if you can, if you know the answer. Who were the first ever champions of the first ever Basketball Africa League? Let me know in the live chat. And if you get it right, I'll follow you on X. Oh, nice rejection, but another foul's going to be called. Well, they are just picking up one too many fouls too early. Well, this is on Crawford, the import player, and again, he's arguing with the call. And I don't think he has much of a case to argue here. Well, Crawford, as we mentioned, played at the University of Memphis, his hometown. Because prior to leaving the NBA G League, he did play for Rouen Métropole Basket de France. He also went to Lebanon to play for Beirut Club, but his first taste of African basketball was in Tunisia when he played for Club Africain. Because he's absolutely loved being in this beautiful continent. He's played for US Monastir. He's also played for AS Douanes as well. So, you know, a lot of experience. But Urunani at the moment struggling here from the field. 3:55 to go in the first quarter. So will indeed be their possession underneath the basket. So the officials now just trying to decide who got the last touch. I think they're going to overturn the decision, so Beau Vallon, he will get this one back. I've just seen in the live YouTube comment bank from Dusan Jetman what's happened to the scoreboard. We'll try to keep you updated with the score. Again, we've got a great game ahead of us. Just some slight technical issues that, you know, commonly do happen in international hoops, but well, now we got numbers. Well, can he finish? Goes down the trailer, goes in. Now he makes it a 5-point lead for Urunani. Well, that's a tough finish. We're going to like the way they just took that one in transition. Beau Vallon Heat, again struggling. Everything coming from the mid-range of the perimeter. As now here comes Crawford. Hesitate, kicks out, goes for another deep three, and that's a little too short. But what can Beau Vallon Heat push here in transition? Oh, they turn it right back over. Look out below. Here we go as he throws it down with two hands. Well, a big-time rim rocker by the king of Senegal, Mohamed Doumbouya. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Doumbouya. Beau Vallon Heat could really break down this pressure, no problem. Well, now you hear the atmosphere in this beautiful arena. Now remember, we are in this fantastic, beautiful country of Tanzania. Well, I believe we have somebody who's answered my question. So, Gary Quigze, again, if you put your X handle, Instagram handle in this live chat, I will follow. You're right, Zamalek from Egypt won the first ever Basketball Africa League. Well, unfortunately, can't make the post move. Urunani looking to push this one. Tries to bump in, draws another foul. So, 2 free throws coming up at the moment here for Urunani. Well, if it's one thing Urunani's done a very good job of so far here in the latter stages of the first quarter, I mean, defensively, they've been able to contain Beau Vallon Heat, really force them into tough situations. But it's when they force those turnovers, Urunani's done a great job of getting out and making the transition points count. And Beau Vallon, they've got to stop turning the ball over. Well, here comes the post up. Another foul's going to be called, so this one will be called against Mohamed Doumbouya, I believe. It's not necessarily going to be a shooting foul. And they weren't in the penalty, so a baseline possession to Beau Vallon Heat. Well, another turnover. As Urunani looking to push this one. Landry came up with the loose ball. The big man's been great so far. Well, again, the finish inside the paint. And it's that man again, the king of Senegal, Mohamed Doumbouya. Biggest lead of the game at the moment. Well, what a rejection. That was, again, one more time. Not in my house. They have numbers. But they turn it over. We like the energy. You love the effort. The spirit of this. Great play coming from Urunani. Yeah, we talked about the defense. They had a block down the other end, but, you know, Beau Vallon Heat, they've got to find some composure in the play, but now again, another foul, another turnover. And I'm just wondering, should Beau Vallon Heat call a timeout at the moment? Because the momentum is getting better and better here from Urunani. Well, one player, especially number 12, Indikumana Landry, the big fella. I mean, he's just been a solid rock inside the paint. He runs from end to end. Defensively, he has been, what we like to say, a solid insurance policy for Urunani. He protects the rim. And now we see a change in defense coming from Beau Vallon Heat. They go into a 2-3 zone. And it pays off momentarily. And they turn over again. Well, one more time. Au revoir. Bonne nuit. Goodbye. Good night. The King of Senegal. Well, Mohamed Doumbaya. And a technical foul is going to be called. I'm not sure what happened here. Mohamed Doumbaya may have said something. May have just had a few words for the crowd, I believe, which in today's modern game of basketball, that's something you just cannot afford to do these days. But I mean, he's had a terrific game. He is simply on fire at the moment. The Beau Vallon Heat, they've got to find something. As now Solomon Allow will inbound this one. And we also have Chris Bochereau on the floor as well, but yeah, they've got, well, not sure what's happened here. I miss what's happened here. Seems to be something that's happened the official's not quite happy with, but well, we do have 1 minute and 1 second left here in the first quarter. Because now I think we're ready to get the, oh, it's there, the rim. That was down to one. Very impressive play by Mohamed Doumbaya. His dunks may have just tilted the rim. So 1:01 left. Tassi Fleury, Mugisha, you're right. Doumbaya on fire, brother. I agree with you. But the one thing about Mohamed Doumbaya at the moment, it all starts with the defense. Well, the Heat at the moment down by 13. They've got to find ways back in this one. Now looking for a penetration. Nowhere to go. Well, there's another one. And here comes Urunani. Looking to make something capitalize. Well, they've struggled from the perimeter. And again, they struggle. And that goes out of bounds, and the Heat will get ball back. Well, Beau Vallon Heat do have Gerald Bristol. They also have Laurent Ballet as well, and Timmy Haddon, but you know, they've got to find ways to get these guys into the game. Here comes the isolation. That's much better, and a beautiful finish off the backboard. This time again by King Solomon Allow. And those are the buckets they need at the moment. Urunani wide open, and they punish the Heat's defense. Well, again, the Prince of Senegal, Monsieur Boissy. Well, they just left him wide open and said, hey, there's an open three-pointer. You take that one. And the final seconds of the first quarter will wind it down. Well, that's not acceptable defense if you ask me. Well, actually, it wasn't the final seconds, I believe. Or it may have been, actually. So that indeed is the end of the first quarter. Well, basketball fans, if you are watching this game live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, This is indeed the exciting road to the B.A.L, the African Champions Club's road to the Basketball Africa League. If you are watching, let us know your name, where you're watching this game in the world, so we can give you a shout out. Well, again, great to see we've got so many fans watching all over the world. So, bienvenue, welcome to Ibrahima and Dayer. Also, welcome to Fabrice Murindangabo. If I mispronounce your name, I do apologize. And welcome to Chris Bethel Dushime, watching from Minnesota. Urunani fan since day one. Welcome, my friend. And welcome to Dusabe and Kevin Kambumburi. Welcome as well to Fabrice Quizera and Jim Collin watching from France. Welcome, everybody. Now, another thing I'd like to know from you basketball fans watching this game, because, you know, we've got some passionate people that really do great things for African basketball. As already, I gave a shout out to Ogunkaro Obibi, and as well to Io Obibi, two monumental voices for the FIBA Afrobasket, the B.A.L. I want to know from you fans, who is your favorite African basketball player of all time? And there's many greats to choose upon, the likes of the great Hakeem Olajuwon, the late great Dikembe Mutombo, who unfortunately did pass away, as well as Joel Embiid. But please let us know, Pascal Siakam. There's got to be some fans out there. Well, welcome as well to Michael Obikwelo watching from Nigeria, and Fernand Mugisha watching from Burundi, and La Belle Vie of Burundi watching from Bujumbura, the home of where, of course, Urunani do play their basketball. Now, Urunani was established in 1979, and the translation literally means being together, a strong and indestructible network. Well, Beau Vallon Heat's trying to make something happen early on. Another penetration. That's a nice play. And again, he's worked on both sides of the floor. Well, we saw this in the first quarter, and again, it's that man number 20, King Solomon Allow. Well, I like that Chris Bethel Dushime says Joel Embiid is his favorite African player. Well, I can't argue with that one. A nice penetration. And the offensive rebound's good. Well, Urunani at the moment, just a little bit more aggressive when going for those second chance points. Well, Fabrice Murindangabo, il a dit, le grand basketteur africain est Dikembe Mutombo. I like that. Well, this is good by Beau Vallon Heat. The offensive rebound. Wow, again, they've got to finish that one. And that was good work. You've got to appreciate what Denzel Mutayambizi did. He did get that offensive board. But again, Urunani just making them pay. And that's tough. But Tim, what we've seen from both these two teams, though, is a little bit better structure early on. But here's a quick three, and that's not going to go. Quick transition by Urunani. They got numbers. Well, one too many passes in my mind. Leading by 16. They have the momentum in this game. Coming off one screen. Step back three is up. And another 50-50. Well, the big man. Well, get it rejected by Chang Time. Damien Chang time not letting him have it, and the layup on the baseline. Well, Beau Vallon's defense nowhere to be seen at the moment, and that's not good enough. Just when they were really building that momentum, trying to get back into this one, they really did let themselves down on that play. They've got to do better. Well, another turnover coming up for Beau Vallon Heat. Well, Jaime Mugisha, also another fan of the late great Dikembe Mutombo. Arakaza watching from Burundi. And Mwene Geravazi watching from Montreal. Also a fan of Urunani. Great to see that we have so many fans all over the world. Pardon, tous les fans du basket, je ne parle pas français très bien, mais je dois parler anglais. Je suis un grand fan du basket africain. Well, another offensive rebound. And now indeed it is a 20-point lead to Urunani. Well, they're just dominating everything on both ends of the floor. Well, the problem right now for Beau Vallon Heat, they just can't create any organization. Well, Kamande Wanyoke says he is a fan of Jonathan Kuminga. Are you talking about the Jonathan Kuminga that played for the London Lions? Because I know that young man. Well, a deep three coming up, and en deux trois, s'il vous plaît. As Malik hits it from downtown, and this is incredible. Urunani, one of the most historic teams in the history of African basketball. And as I said, the translation of Urunani means being together, a strong and indestructible network. They've got one mission, that's to get to the Elite 16, and from there qualify in the top 2 to get to the 2025 Basketball Africa League. Well, returning to the play here, 6:51 to go at the moment. 23-point lead to Urunani. Well, Beau Vallon, they've just got to find some momentum here at the moment. Because it has indeed been a very tough second quarter, because you just got to ask where the points are coming from, but you've got to credit the defense of Urunani. Again, it's the same story. Urunani in no need to rush this one. Well, I've got to give another shout out to a professional basketball player watching this game at the moment. One Matthew Bryan Manning is another round one coming in for Urunani. Well, they're just playing bully basketball. They just do what they want, where they want, inside the paint, and on the perimeter. Of course, we are live here in beautiful Tanzania, but the Urunani fans making the journey here, loving this occasion very much so. A chance to make this a 26-point ball game. Well, big shout out to one Matthew Bryan Manning, one of the greatest professional players to come out of Great Britain. Did play recently in the 2023 Basketball Africa League. Well, there's Duanes, most former Washington player, played pro all over the world. Well, nothing dropping yet again, but a rebound has been secured. Urunani, again, just trying to settle into their tone. And again, it's that man, Jean-Jacques Boissy, the Prince of Senegal. Because they do have two very elite Senegalese players at the moment. Jean-Jacques Boissy, and as we've already seen, the king of Senegal, Mohamed Doumbouya. Well, currently, if you look at the likes of Beau Vallon, they have quite a bit of size with the likes of Damien Changtime, number 10, the big fella. And also, we've yet to see the likes of Julio Duval, but they need a little bit more from Urunani. I'll say number 21. But here's the penetration. This time it is Denzel Mutiabizi. Goes baseline, but that's a better, again, you've got to appreciate the effort there. Going in for offensive rebounds. If you're not going to score, you've got to find other ways to get the ball in the net. And second chance points, well, they are imperative for a comeback. Trying to go inside the paint. Finds the big man. Now they go from 15. Mid-range is up. Another offensive ball, but just slips that one out of bounds. Well, I've also seen that Chris Crawford, the former University of Memphis player, as mentioned, did start his pro career in the G League for the Canton Charge. Now, spent some time playing in Lebanon, Tunisia. This has really been a superstar here in African basketball. Also played briefly in Egypt for that matter too. But Damien Changtime, what can he build from that play with under 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go? And there's a pump fake. And again, mid-range simply too easy. There's Urunani making things happen here. And this is becoming a total capitulation this second quarter. Crawford defensively trying to match up with Denzel Mutiambizi. Blocking foul has been called. This one will go out of bounds, and again, Urunani will get it back in a chance. Well, they are 2 possessions away from making it potentially a 30 or plus point lead. It's Crawford crossing over, uses the ball screen. Now he pulls up from 15, and the former Canton Charge player making it count now with a 28-point lead here for Urunani. Well, Beau Vallon now forcing up another 3, and that is going to go for them. And that, of course, was nailed from downtown by Denzel Mutiambizi, number 23. Something that they have desperately needed, and another response. Well, Malik. Well, the problem right now here, well, not for Urunani, but for Beau Vallon Heats, is they're just allowing too many wide open three-pointers to be made at the moment. Another turnover now. Here we go. Malik with the open runway, and he's going to lay this one up. And now, indeed, a plus 30-point lead for for Urunani. Well, welcome to Guy Brilliant Nahayo watching from Buja, Urunani. Malik comes up with another steal, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Well, this time the foul is going to be called against Beau Vallon Heats, number 21, Urunani Olise. Well, we are in the penalty, so free throws coming up now for Urunani. Well, Beau Vallon bringing back in their import player, Gerald Bristol. And they have struggled to get him into the game. But he's got to find some rhythm, some momentum, just to try and keep his team afloat. Well, Gerald Bristol stands at about 5'11". That's roughly 179 centimeters. This has only ever played for Beau Vallon Heats. Well, nice move in the paint. Kicks out. Well, pump fakes. May have got away with the travel. The mid-range is no good. Now here comes Beau Vallon. Patient build-up inside the paint. Wow, we got a bump, and it may have got away with a shoulder to the face. That's what they've definitely needed from Urunani Olise, just to get the post players some nice looks at the double block. Well, Crawford goes for the three. The defense goes under the screen, and he nails it from downtown. Well, who needs Jamal Crawford when we've got Chris Crawford? Last played for US Monastir in the Basketball Africa League in 2024. Led the B.A.L. in assists that very season. And two-time B.A.L. first team 2023 and 24. Crawford using the ball screen again. It's a cross-court pass. Well, Bristol, good hands on defense, but Chang Time commits the foul. And that's going to be an and one. Well, the big fella, again, making it count from downtown, or inside the paint, excuse me. Well, currently the free throw line is Peter Oli Semeka. Holds Nigerian and USA nationality. A chance to make this a three-point play for him. Oli Semeka, as we mentioned, she holding nationality from Italy and Nigeria. My apologies if that wasn't correct, but he started his pro career in Cyprus. In the low divisions, he did average 30 points per game. A very dominant player, of course. As Bristol goes for a deep three, and that's not going to go, as Oli Semeka getting the rebounds. And over 90 seconds left here. Another foul's going to be committed. So the penalty does mean that free throws will be coming up for Urunani. You're going to love the atmosphere. Of course, we are in beautiful Tanzania for this qualification group. It just is a fantastic atmosphere because, you know, the Basketball Africa League has made such tremendous strides in terms of its not only local impact, but global impact. Many people, of course, making it to the final tournament, enjoying the occasions. Now, well, again, Beau Vallon do a very poor job of securing the rebounds. And now let Urunani, another three in the corner, and it is simply raining here in Tanzania. Well, very hard screen set, nothing cold. Another penetration. And they try to go long now, but Crawford's going to take his time. Patient passing. Well, sharing is caring, wide open, but that's not going to go. Well, the foul is going to be against Nigerian international Peter Oli Semeka. So possession going back to Beau Vallon. Keats. Well, much better penetration, but they've got to finish this one. Goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Heat possession. Not much time left here in the first half, but currently, indeed, it is a 39-point lead to Urunani. We're still looking to get this one in bounds. Avoiding the 5-second violation. They've got to go quickly. Not a lot of time left. Goes behind the back. It's something out of nothing there for Beau Vallon. Well, another deep three goes flying, and that's not going to go. The rebound secured by Beau Vallon. But time has indeed expired. Well, basketball fans, that indeed is the end of the first half. Where at the moment, it is indeed a 37-point lead to Urunani against Beau Vallon Heat. This indeed is the journey that starts the road to the B.A.L, the Africa Champions Club road to the B.A.L. Well, we're going to take a short break, so go get something to eat, go get something to drink, but don't go anywhere too long. We will be back in under 15 minutes. Well, welcome back, basketball fans. The second half is about to get underway here between Urunani and Beau Vallon Heat Basketball Club. This indeed is the Africa Champions Club's road to the B.A.L 2025. Well, the first half indeed was relatively competitive in the early moments, but you've got to give credit to Urunani. They have been unstoppable, and that second quarter was a very tough one for Beau Vallon to deal with. Well, Beau Vallon in the first half did pick up a total of 12 turnovers. Very impressive. Urunani, only 2 turnovers. Well, comparing the rebound count at the moment, only 10 rebounds collectively for Beau Vallon Heat of the Seychelles. Only 2 offensive boards for that matter, whereas you look at Urunani, well, they have been terrific. Collectively, 21, 7 offensive boards, 7 steals as well. And 8 3-pointers made in the first half for Urunani. The 3-pointers have been impressive, but it's been spread evenly. 2 players currently with 2 3-pointers, Marcus Crawford and Malik Ingal Zahayo. Well, now we return to play, and it will be first possession here to Beau Vallon. Busy throwing this one in the paint, but again, it's too strong, and it's going to be another turnover. But Beau Vallon Heat suggesting that it did take a deflection. I think the decision, it's going to be overturned. So 11 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Heat. There's a bump fake. Tries to go inside the lane. A nice little finish. Well, that's a good way to start the second half. Denzel Mutyambizi. Crawford now here on the ball. A man who's been 2-time first team B.A.L in 2023 and 24. Oh, goes for another deep 3. They've made 8 and they missed the first one. Rebound secured by Damian Changtime, but another turnover. Whoa. Down the middle, goes in. Can he finish? You bet he can. That's one way to convert the turnovers into transition points. Well, Kumana Landry, the captain of Urunani, very productive first quarter. I mean, he really works as a solid post player, the kind of foundation big man any team would want in the Basketball Africa League. It's a nice little post up, and you got to appreciate the move. The move was good by Uniade James Olise, who showed some promising passages in the first half. But now defensively, they've got to find a way back, down by 37. Well, Landry wide open. Almost got it to roll in. Well, the tip rebound isn't going to go from the man from South Africa, Simbanyoni. Did play for the Cape Town Tigers in the Basketball Africa League prior. 19-foot goes up. That's not going to rattle in. That one was made by King Solomon Allow. Some good moments in the first half. Another deep 3, and again, it's 3 consecutive 3-pointers by Urunani. Nothing dropping at the moment. Another turnover. But can Urunani make them pay, excuse me. Change the acceleration. I'm not sure if a foul's going to be called out, but no. That's going to remain possession to Urunani. I'm not sure if a foul's being called or not. Because I think the argument is being made by Jean-Jacques Boissy that he got fouled in the process. Well, Boissy had 8 points in the first half. Leading scorer was indeed Mohamed Doumbouya, his fellow countryman from Senegal, who is now going to inbound the ball for Urunani. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Crawford pump fakes. Now tries to go off the backboard. Gets his own rebound. Well, Beau Vallon didn't box him out. You can see the energy zapped out of the Heat. Now indeed it is a 39-point lead to Urunani. Gonna go down low. Another post up. Gets caught in a double team. It's good defense, and Urunani, no need to rush this. Well, they are going to go quickly as Boissy just able to regather his dribble. Crawford goes for a quick three, and that's going to be a foul. Well, no, it's going to be, 3 shots. So the foul is called against Chris Bocharo. And Bocharo did have 4 points in the first half. That's going to be his second personal foul of the game. Just listen to the atmosphere here. What a magnificent time it is. Remember, it's the Africa Champions Club Road to the Basketball Africa League. Well, fans, if you are indeed new to this competition, remember, this is the qualification stage at the moment. And this qualification system did commence on the 10th of October. Well, the group phase, the registered teams will be divided into 5 groups. Groups of 3 to 5 teams maximum, and it will be split between the Western Division and the East. While in the West, we have groups A, B, and C, and in the East, we have groups D and E. And after this, the teams ranked first and second in each group will automatically qualify for then the Elite 16. The Elite 16 will take place between the 5th and the 17th of November between 2 groups of 8. Top 2 teams of each group will then go on to qualify for the 2025 B.A.L. Well, that's a nice jump shot taken away by Bocharo. Chris Bocharo now does indeed have 6 points. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. Oh my lord! Are you kidding me? Well, the big man from South Africa trying to take a body with him. And now they turn it over. Landry comes up with it. Numbers. And it's all at the moment. Urunani, the kings of Burundi, dominating on both ends of the floor. And again, the king of Senegal, Mohamed Doumbouya. 15 points tonight. He's been simply unstoppable. He tried to go in the paint. That's a beautiful post move, but he's unable to finish. But the tip in is going to go this time. And that's what we talked about. Second chance points for Beau Vallon Heats. Solomon Allow was just able to put a fingertip to it. And that cuts it back down to 38. Crawford missed his last 2 threes. Again, he's short. Landry baseline. He's unable to finish himself. Off of Beau Vallon, you can see emotionally as well as mentally, the fatigue has settled in, especially when you're down by 38. But all they can do is keep on competing. That was a nice move initiated by Solomon Allow, who does have 6 points, but he was unable to find the separation. It's now Jean-Jacques Boissy. What can he deliver here for Urunani? Another kick out. Another 3, and again it's that man. One more time, remember the name. Indeed, Mohamed Doumbouya, the king of Senegal. 18 points this evening. He's on fire. Il est en froid, as they say in français. En français, excuse-moi, je ne parle pas français. Excusez-moi. 43-point lead at the moment. 5:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. I think indeed we are going to have a timeout at the moment. So fans watching live on the FIBA platform of this game between Urunani and Beau Vallon Heats, let us know in the live YouTube comments, who do you think? We may have actually had found it, but no, it's a timeout actually in the end. So who do you think is going to qualify to the Elite 16 from this group? Let us know in the live comment banks. Actually, look at the groups here in the East and the West. It's going to be a very exciting month of basketball, because you also have Nairobi City from Kenya, Nairobi City Thunder, and GNBC from Madagascar. And not to mention the local team, JKT Stars from Tanzania. But it's only the top 2 teams from Group D, this Group D, that will qualify for the Elite 16. So let us know in the live YouTube comment bank which 2 teams out of these 5 in Group D will go on to the Elite 16. Well, Beau Vallon will get the ball in the baseline, trailing by 43. 5:01 to go in the 3rd. Going inside the paint. Landry with a good defense. It's another turnover. And Urunani, no need to rush this at the moment. They have all the momentum. Well, I like it. Ian Limbe said Urunani and Nairobi City Thunder will go on to qualify for the Elite 16. Another offensive rebound. Coming off one ball screen. Goes for a one-legged fadeaway, and that's too short. Well, now we're probably going to see a bit of complacency with Urunani. And, you know, who could fault him being up by these many points? Damien Chang time unable to get the tip in, but that's going to remain Heat ball on the baseline. Well, Ame Mugisha also agreeing with Ian Limbe, who also said Urunani and Nairobi City Thunder will be the two teams to come top of Group D that will then progress to the Elite 16. Well, Patriot 18 just said Urunani is coming for you folks. Not showing any mercy. I gotta agree with him. Another deep three coming up, and that's not gonna go. Wasi trying to go up a tempo. Kicks this one out. They go for another three in transition. No good. And now Beau Vallon. Damon Chang time. Well, they could have got something quick, but in the end, a transition defense. And that time, what a fantastic job there you saw by Nathan Sibanyoni, the South African international. Deep three goes flying, goes out of bounds. It's going to remain. No, it's going to go back to Urunani. Well, fans, it's now time to give you a shout out. Please let us know in the live YouTube comments what your name is, which team you support, and where you're watching in the world so we can give you a shout out. Hello to all of our international fans watching all over the world. Urunani went for another three, but a push in the back is going to be called against Beau Vallon's number 45, Chris Bochereau, who does have 6 points tonight. That's going to be his third personal foul of the game. Baseline possession to Urunani. Another uncontested one, though. The three wasn't taken in the end. Tries to go down the middle. Shift and shakes. He's able to regain his own almost turnover. Last second, Wasi from no man's land. That hits the front iron. Well, welcome to Pacey, PCC, watching from Burundi. Welcome. Again, Urunani didn't have to do too much defensively to force the turnover. Now they go down low. Landry spins. Bit of contact, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Well, he's been terrific tonight. The captain of this team. He's had 7 points in the first half. With 2 rebounds, and they were offensive rebounds, but you can see the maturity in his game. I mean, he almost acts like the elite glue player because he likes to hold the important pieces of this team. And, you know, when you got players such as Jean-Jacques Boissy, and not to mention Mohamed Doumbaya, it's very easy to let them play their games. But you know, one thing I've been very impressed with Indukumana Landry, the captain, who's currently at the free throw line, when he gets the ball in his hands and they need him to make a play, he is so capable of giving them buckets in the paint. Well, welcome to Stephen Hector Warren, watching from Mauritius. Sounds like an incognito YouTube account, but hey, we're all guilty. A nice crossover. What can they build here? That's a good look. It's wide open. And an offensive rebound. The putback won't go this time for the Heat. And this time it was the Heat's number 6, Laurent Valette. It's his second field goal of the game. Well, they made 8 in the first half. They've only made 1. Landry offensive board. And that's what we talk about. Being the elite glue player. The unselfish role, and that's why he's Captain Fantastic for Urunani. Well, welcome to Lionel Irankunda, watching from Burundi. We will win this match. Well, when you're leading by 44 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, I doubt there's many people on the planet that will disagree with you. Unless some form of a miracle is going to happen here for Beau Vallon. I think that's quite unlikely at this stage. Sideline ball coming up for the Heat. 1:57 to go here in the third quarter. Another turnover. Here we go. And he's going to... Oh. I tell you right now, B.A.L, the king of Senegal. He just tried to tease the crowd at that point. Because he had two spectacular open court dunks in the first half. But he's been terrific tonight. One thing he's been for them is the solid go-to option, especially along with Jean-Jacques Boissy. Both of them have featured for the Senegalese national team. Sideline ball coming up for Beau Vallon Heat. Now down by 46, 127. Because the one thing these two teams don't want to do is pick up any injuries. Now, number 5, Gerald Bristol, has subbed back into the game for Beau Vallon. Trying to go for another penetration. Almost turning it over, and they do just that. Here comes Urunani. Well, big man gets ahead, goes in, finishes it. That is B.A.L. Beautiful. Conversion rate from turnovers into transition points. And again, you've got to love the way that the man from South Africa, Nathan Sibanyani, just runs the transition. And anytime you've got a big that runs the floor, well, it just makes your chances more effective on the transition. Boissy comes up with it. Trying to ISO. Goes for a quick one. That might be a little too short. And Beau Vallon unable to make anything happen here offensively. Losing their idea. Well, that's a hard foul. Well, Jean-Jacques Boissy, I think, was just given. Again, you'll love the respect. Gerald Bristol did foul him hard, but he came over just to pat him on the back and said, look, my bad. Frustration play. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. I just wonder if the officials decided to upgrade this. Yeah, they have, so it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. I think that's the right decision because Gerald Bristol, out of frustration, didn't really attempt to do anything. It was more just an annihilation of Jean-Jacques Boissy. So he's going to get another free throw, 2 in total. And Urunani will get the possession back on the sideline. Because fans watching, if you're unfamiliar with the unsportsmanlike foul, it's very different if you're accustomed to watching the NBA. They have the flagrant foul. Because the B.A.L, like many international leagues, almost all of them, do operate under FIBA international rules. So an excessive foul above the regular personal foul is known as an unsportsmanlike. As Boissy left wide open. Doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound. The putback is good. Well, it's been all Urunani at the moment. As number 6, Steve Nsumzi, didn't play in the first half, is now getting a bit of a run at the moment. Again, another missed layup attempt. Oh, what a pass. Got to finish this one. And again, it's showtime. Urunani basketball. Well, the dime coming from Nathan Sibanyani was simply a sublime primetime dime. I want to see the replay of the pass. Well, free throws coming up for Malik. And Zahayo. He's unable. I don't think they realized it was an M1. So Beau Vallon falling asleep as Boissy makes him pay. He can't finish, and another offensive board. And that will do the end of the third quarter, where currently, indeed, it is a 52-point lead to Urunani. Well, fans, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in under 2 minutes for the final 10 minutes of this game. Of the Africa Champions Club road to the B.A.L. Urunani versus Beau Vallon Heat. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, basketball fans. Indeed, we're going to get the final quarter underway here at the Africa Champions Club's road to the B.A.L. 2025, where currently it is Urunani of Burundi who lead this one by 54 points against Beau Vallon Heat of the Seychelles. Well, it's going to be another foul, so 2 free throws coming up for Urunani. Well, the early moments of the first quarter, both teams did go back and forth. It looked like it was going to be a competitive game, but in the second quarter, Beau Vallon just suffocating or succumbing to the intense defense of Urunani. That's one thing Urunani collectively as a team, they've done a magnificent job here this evening, forcing the turnovers. In their full-court presses in the half-court defense, we've rarely seen them play a zone tonight, but every time they force a turnover or even got a defensive rebound, they have just been simply excellent going into transition and converting those into fast break points. 55-point lead currently at the moment. Beau Vallon looking to build something. Chang time. Now finds Bristol, and a hard foul is going to be committed. And that foul is going to be on Malik against Zahayo. Don Bryce Eddy has just said on the live YouTube chat, more than 100 points for Urunani. I don't think there's any doubt about it, my friends. That's a nice build-up, a little penetration down the baseline. And the shot tucked away by Aurélien Mamé. Well, he did have, indeed, 0 points in the first half. That's actually his first field goal of the game. He's going to go down low. That's going to be a turnover. Very uncharacteristic mistake by Urunani. Well, for Urunani, it's going to be an outstanding victory for them. The one thing they don't want to do is get too complacent and pick up any injuries. Excuse me. Oh, nicely tucked away again. It's players like this, they've just got to keep on playing through, build that confidence. Remember, there's got to be more games coming from Beau Vallon. An interesting question by Ogunkaro Obibi, one of the great voices and, of course, great influences of African basketball for the great work she's done. Do you think basketball should have a mercy rule? That's very interesting. That's one to think about and definitely good for debates. More free throws coming up for Urunani. You got to feel for those Beau Vallon plays. You have to sit through 8 minutes and 22 seconds more. Being down currently by over 50 points. You've got to credit Urunani. A lot of players here with B.A.L experience. Some of the elites of the B.A.L. Chris Crawford, as we mentioned, led the B.A.L in assists in 2023. And as mentioned, was 2 times first all-team B.A.L in 23 and 24. Well, nice rejection. And here comes Urunani down the middle. Well, Malik left wide open, fires a 3, and it's a front iron, but another offensive board, and the putback no good. But now Damian Chang time. Secures the rebound, and he draws the foul. Well, possession will go back to the Heat. For them, it's about pride. They've got to make sure they play right to the end. This will be inbounded by number 5, Gerald Bristol. And Bristol still scoreless tonight. The leading scorer at the moment here for the Heat is number 20, Solomon Alao. He has 8 points. Followed up by 7 points coming from Denzel Munyambizi. They've got to take little moral victories. Remember, more games for them to come. There's 5 teams in this group. So they're going to play a total of 4 games, and it will be the top 2 teams in Group D that will go to the Elite 16. That's a great play. Damian Chang time made the penetration, and the first 2 points of the game coming from number 5, Gerald Bristol. Well, Bristol, that's his only stat of the game, 2 points. And another rejection. Well, what can Beau Vallon he builds? Can they go on a 4-0 run for the first time tonight? They've never gone on a 2-possession run so far in this game. Chain time, nice pass, finds Bristol. And there you have it, deja vu. Finally, the first 4-0 run of the game. And it happens with Damian Chang time with 2 assists, finding that man, Gerald Bristol. But it's little victories like that. Beau Vallon's got to keep building. Another rebound. Can Beau Vallon keep pushing? As I said, the comeback is definitely out of the question, but it's moral victories. More games. Chang time looking for a post-up. Goes in between, and there you have it, a 6-0 run. On 2 of those 3 possessions, Damian Chang time got 2 assists. So taking this into the next game is going to be key. As we mentioned, Beau Vallon Heats can only play for pride at the moment. Well, the 3 is up, and it's good from downtown by the 2-time first team All B.A.L, Chris Crawford, from the University of Memphis. It's it back now to a 52-point deficit. A nice little post up. Again, unable to finish. The move is good, but the end product just not to be seen. Good anticipation on defense. Is able to keep this one alive. Only have numbers. Bristol too strong off the backboard. He's unable to finish that one. And there's where you need to be a little bit more clinical. Well, Malik left uncontested. I don't know. It's a 3. I think he can't believe it. Well, Malik Zahayo makes the 3-pointer. He now has 13 points this evening. And that indeed is going to be his 3rd 3-pointer tonight. Oh, Bristol, he's left wide open. Not a bad look, but can't get it to go. And a hard foul, and again, problem for Gerald Bristol. He already has 1 unsportsmanlike foul. Now, I don't know if think the referees are going to think to upgrade this, but if they did, he'd have to leave the game. I think they're just going to keep this as a regular foul, I believe. Bristol might leave the game. Well, I don't know if there's going to be a lineup, so... And Bristol's leaving. No, it's going to be a timeout. My apologies. Well, a timeout's going to be called, but currently, Urunani, the Kings of Burundi, lead 96-41 against Beau Vallon Heat of the Seychelles. This indeed is the African Champions Club's road to the Basketball Africa League 2025. Now, if you've just only joined us, we will give you an update on how this qualification system, the road to the B.A.L, does actually work. Well, the competing teams will take part in a qualifying tournament for the Basketball Africa League road to the B.A.L. The group stages have already taken place. They've already started, which began on the 10th of October and will culminate on the 1st of November. The registered teams will be divided into 5 groups, maximum 5 to at least 3. They will be divided between the Western Division and the East. In the West, we have groups A, B, and C. In the East, we have groups D and E. Each team will play the other teams in its group on a one-off basis. Remember, the top 2 teams in each of the 5 groups across the West and the East will then go on to the Elite 16. The Elite 16 is the final stage before getting to the regular season of the Basketball Africa League, and that will take place between the 5th to the 17th of November. 2 groups, groups E and F, will have a total of 8 teams, and the top 2 teams in those groups will then go on to qualify for the final phase, which indeed is the 2025 Basketball Africa League, and they'll be joined by the automatically qualified teams from Nigeria, Tunisia, Angola, Senegal, Egypt, South Africa, Morocco, and Rwanda. Remember, make sure you follow the B.A.L, the Basketball Africa League, on all social media platforms of X, Instagram, and Facebook. Under halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. 55-point deficit currently to Urunani. On the Nairobi City Thunder, another heavy favorite in this Group D. Another missed attempt goes for Beau Vallon Heat. Now Crawford just happily ready to light the cigar, knowing this game was very much dead and buried in the third quarter. Joe Bristol trying to put heavy pressure against Crawford. Well, what a dime. If he connected on that one, it might have been one of the best passes of 2024 in my mind. We might have seen that clip on the NBA's official platform. Chang Time looking for a handoff. Nowhere to go at the moment. Now another ball screen. David Chang Time goes for a 3, almost got it. As Beau Vallon unable to secure the offensive rebounds. Urunani need 3 points just to get to the century mark. Crawford thought about it. A lot of movement, a lot of posse coming here from Urunani. Well, Malik is wide open. 5 seconds. There's the kick out. Can they get to 100 points? The century mark! 100 points for Urunani. Chris Crawford kicking that one out to Malik, who was wide open for 3. Well, it's been a fantastic game. All the fans who asked the question, when will they get to 100 points? And they got there at the 3-minute and 20-second mark. Well, another missed layup attempt comes from Beau Vallon. Urunani just a little too casual in transition, turning it over. Will go out of bounds. Currently a 59-point lead here to Urunani. Well, Elian Mushi-Ranzigo said, "Merci les champions, Urunani." Well, j'ai du mots aujourd'hui. J'ai du mots maintenant. Allez, Urunani. Bristol looking for a gap. Penetrates, goes in. Doesn't get the ad one, but he goes to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Bristol currently the free throw line. Remember, all his points have indeed come here in the fourth quarter, with 2 assists coming from Damian Chang time. Now goes up to 6. Just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the moments. Crawford now, he'll go for a 3. That's up. It's on target, but it's not going to go. Now Beau Vallon, with any ounce of pride they have left, will compete to the end. Bristol unable to get this. The offensive putback again not going here for Beau Vallon Heat. Well, they're given everything. There's no argument. The fact is, Urunani, they're just a very good basketball team. Like Nairobi City Thunder, those two teams heavy favorites to finish in the top 2. Nice pass. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? What a big-time throwdown by Steve Unsumzi. Well, that was simply too tough to defend. I want to see the replay of that bad boy. Another misled attempt from Beau Vallon Heat. Another 3 in the corner. Ale Urunani Burundi. Oh, Ale Urunani. They are simply cooking this game at the moment. Urunani right now on all ends of the floor. Just everything has been firing. And there's another kick out. Now they go for another 3 in Beau Vallon. Bristol goes in for an offensive rebound. It's all been a consolation since the third quarter for Beau Vallon. And Urunani, again, just showing their excellence, their dominance on this game. Probably have in their minds at the moment the Urunani players, points difference matter. I think the points difference became irrelevant a very long time ago. Another turnover. Crawford throws ahead. Well, here we go. Windmill time! Ale, ale, ale! Urunani, Burundi! Bonne nuit! Enchanté, mon ami! Oh, the king of Senegal went for the Senegalese B.A.L. Beautiful windmill. And that was the exclamation point. Well, I want to see the replay of that windmill by Mohamed Doumbia. 56-point lead, 17 seconds. Well, Beau Vallon go for a quick 3. That's not going to go. Rebound has been secured. Well, fans, it has been a fantastic, simply dominating yet devastating performance here by Urunani. Crawford maybe with one final bucket to give. Trying to put some moves on. Step back, quick 3, and there you have it. Au revoir, bonne nuit, ma chère monsieur, Chris Crawford. Big time 3-pointer by a big time player, and that will do it. At the end of this one, it will be Urunani 112. Beau Vallon Heat 43. Well, basketball fans, we thank you for joining us. My name is Josh Bett, and again, it's been a huge honor and a privilege to commentate this game. Of course, in the Africa Champions Club's road to the B.A.L. I'll see you for more games. But for now, goodbye, good night, and see you soon.